Deep in the coastal mountains of British Columbia, the terrain is defined by its isolation. There are no roads leading here, only a constant onslaught of heavy rain and massive waterfalls. Inside a rotting, century-old paper mill, thousands of state-of-the-art server racks now fill the industrial gloom, their cooling fans creating a deafening, high-tech roar. It is an unlikely location for a digital powerhouse. To understand how a tech startup ended up in a remote ruin, you have to look at the landscape. Link Lake sits on a natural shelf high above a tidal fjord. Because the area receives over 4,300 millimeters of rain every year, the lake is a permanent, self-refilling reservoir of kinetic energy. Long before the arrival of Bitcoin, this same natural battery powered a massive company town that turned wood pulp into a global industrial empire. In 1903, industrial prospectors realized the massive waterfall spilling out of the lake was essentially a source of infinite free energy for any company capable of harnessing it. By 1912, they had completed a dam on Link Lake and constructed a sprawling pulp mill. This remote stretch of rainforest was suddenly home to one of the largest industrial complexes in the province. The logistical challenge was keeping the workers on site. The extreme isolation and relentless rain led to high turnover, threatening the mill's productivity. To retain its workforce, the company built a 600-bed hotel and an indoor swimming facility that would have been respectable in any major Canadian city. This pool produced an elite athletic legacy, training Olympic silver medalist Ralph Hutton and also Richard Pound, the future head of the World Anti-Doping Agency. Ocean Falls became a highly engineered community, designed to keep a modern workforce comfortable enough to stay within reach of the power source. This data shows why the town's economy eventually collapsed. By the 1970s, the falling price of paper intersected with the rising cost of shipping supplies and maintaining a hospital in the wilderness. The mill officially closed in 1980. Families moved out in waves, and within a decade, the population dropped from several thousand to fewer than 70 people. The hotel shuttered and the pool was drained. Ocean Falls began its transition into a collection of decaying buildings, slowly being reclaimed by the rainforest. But even as the town crumbled, the 1912 hydro dam never stopped working. It continued to generate a consistent 13 megawatts of electricity with nowhere to go. Today, the remaining residents use only a tiny sliver of that power. The dam produces a massive surplus of energy that simply goes to waste in an empty mill. Ocean Falls was a massive, unkillable battery stranded in the woods, a perfect forgotten asset for anyone with a power-hungry business model. In 2015, entrepreneur Kevin Day recognized that the growth of Bitcoin had created a massive energy problem. Generating coins required more electricity than most companies could afford. Profitability in crypto mining is entirely a game of energy costs. To survive, an operation needs abundant, renewable power that has no other competing buyers. Day realized the abandoned dam at Ocean Falls was the ideal solution. He negotiated a power billing agreement and launched a blockchain startup in 2017. The setup was a major logistical feat. They had to ship hundreds of S9 mining units by boat and fly contractors into the fjord to begin the conversion. Sections of the old paper mill were retrofitted into data centers. The smell of sawdust was replaced by the heat of thousands of processors and high-speed cooling fans. By 2022, the company expanded to offer hosted mining and virtual management interfaces, allowing investors to tap into the dam's power from anywhere in the world. Industries and empires will rise and fall, but as Ocean Falls shows, a source of cheap energy will always attract the next generation of pioneers.